moving, I grew up in LA, and we moved to Whittier, California. I would have to say early 90s, 92, 93. I met Matt Mendoza and George Hines, who were big influences on me as far as getting into hip hop and actually teaching me how to rhyme, how to write lyrics, and basically how to freestyle. And that gave me the edge as far as like okay, like I can do this, you know. And you know, I remember my brother dug up my dad's old 2-track and like keyboard, and from there we just took off. I started, you know, producing as far as making beats on a cheap keyboard.
What's your brother's name?
Jason Barron, aka Pathic. And pretty much from there we formed a group. It was me, Jason, Matt, aka Khalik, George, aka Ifan, and a friend that I met in high school and brought him into the crew, Julio, aka Monarch. We formed a group called Dimensions. Later, or actually it was Third Dimension, later became Dimensions Music. We recorded a lot of material, tons of songs, maybe I would say maybe 4 albums worth of songs that we actually kind of put together. During that time I bought a 4-track off of Julio. During that time I started doing my own thing. I bought a keyboard, a Yamaha keyboard that I still own and use to this day as my MIDI keyboard, but at the time I was using the sounds in the keyboard to make beats and using the drums and stuff, so I still had that do-it-yourself aspect of when I first was making beats with a 2-track. So the 4-track made me learn how to actually become a producer and how to like actually, you know, mix and be your own engineer. I did at least four tapes by myself, solo tapes. The first tape I actually did was in 1997. It was called The Epic of Nekron. The second tape
I remember that.
The second tape I did was, I believe, Timeline Rhyme Design. And I think my third tape I did so long ago, you know, I forgot. They suck. I mean, the fact that I did them, it was a great learning experience. I mean, to have my own tape and, you know, like actually say like I was doing music and doing music with a group really helped build my character and like my will. We did a whole lot of music, and you know, push came to shove as far as, you know, time to, you know, I really wanted to like, you know, get out there. I mean, the hip hop scene was blowing up. I was going to Project Blow like every Thursday, just seeing like the realest of real, you know, rip shit. I mean, I've seen some legendary things there, and like I was inspired, like damn, like I want to do this, like I can do this, you know. And I just wanted to get out there and like, you know, have my CD out there and like rip shows and, you know, do all that shit, you know. And it just, things didn't work as far as the group. Everyone had their own agenda. Some, you know, one person moved, another person moved. It was a money thing as far as, you know, only 2 members had money to put the project together. It was production issues. It was just like I was trying to control everything, and it was just too much for me. It was like it wouldn't have happened without a whole group effort. So that happened, you know. Everyone went their own ways. At the time I met Antoinette Alvarez, aka Solaris5, my wife today. We started doing music around maybe 2001. At the time, coincidentally, I mean, that's when the group was pretty much done with. I mean, everyone was going their own ways. I was doing music pretty much by myself, and I started doing music with her, and we did a couple shows. We started doing like poetry things, and you know, one thing led to another. We started just doing songs, and you know, kind of like started to really mesh and vibe really well. I started to be able to do things that I couldn't do as far as even like by myself or with a crew or with anyone for that matter. I learned a lot. You know, I was taught a lot, I learned a lot, and it helped me grow as a person and as an artist, because I wasn't closed off to, I've never been that way, and I mean, I wasn't closed off to different aspects of music and life, and that helped me grow as a person inside, as far as like getting my music to reach different aspects and angles, because I mean, back then I wasn't as knowledgeable in music as I am now, and even though I did have a wide spectrum of music, I just wasn't open to what, you know, was out there, and I learned a lot from doing music with her, and we started, you know, making projects, and you know, we started with our first album, which was Approach of Determination, and like I said, I just finished mixing our 9th album, Decoder Concepts, and we haven't looked back since.
How did you come up with the name Mind Inscription?
I remember we were trying to figure out what we should call ourselves, because we had Approach of Determination, I think, close to being done, if not done, and in the song, one of the songs on the album, Tranquility, I actually say Mind Inscription in the chorus, and it just stuck out to me that like that's basically what me and her are about. We everything comes from our mind, and we inscribe it, as far as like we record constantly, meaning we record these things that are etched in our minds and for the listener. So we inscribe, you know, our thoughts onto paper, onto, you know, a CD, into your mind when you listen to it, and that's where the name came out, and like that's what the meaning is to me.
What's your process of recording a song?
Pretty much 9 out of 10 times, it's almost always a beat's made, which is usually done by me, and then from there we sit down and we vibe off of what the beat is telling us. We either write a chorus, a harmony, or we just write automatic writing. We just let it go, and we compare what we write, and we just put it together and record. Sometimes, you know, we'll use lyrics that have already been written and try to match them up to a beat and do it like that, but most of the time it's the beat first, write, then record.